Turning on the live streaming, and we're going to turn on the recording. Is that okay?
I guess. I'm sorry, I didn't put them in this morning. Got them all charged sitting at home. What's gonna happen on live streaming?
It came up last night, yesterday, just because of the weather.
I know.
And
Ready to
I
go.
left my sweater at my sister-in-law's in Lafayette, so
We're going.
put on a shirt.
Yes. I forgot about it, but I don't even have sweaters. I get too hot, so I'm buying them and putting it. Ed Kerner was gonna come, but he was.
Okay, we are at 9 o'clock.
So,
Here we are.
you know, that dry, I don't know how to.
Welcome to the Commissioners' meeting this morning. Second meeting of December. And I'd like to ask you if you'd join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And I'm very happy to point out that we have a full 3-member board up here now, and Lauren's back with us, which is wonderful.
It's good to be back, but I'm not at full capacity yet, so I've been doing good. I'm doing good.
Wonderful, Lauren.
If you have to go through something like this, it's a lot of people have done it. It's a lot of success, and if you have to do it, because you feel better.
You feel better now than you did before?
Yeah, I just thought I turned 70. I just figured I was part of it. I was feeling bad. 70, you're supposed to not feel good. Yeah, and I don't have a lot of the aches and pains I used to have, and they aren't severe if I have them. So, very thankful.
Well, I hope I go through it as well as you did when I get your age. Okay, let's look at the minutes. I would entertain a motion, gentlemen.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes from the December 1st regular session meeting as presented.
I'm going to abstain from.
You're going to abstain? Okay, well, I'll second it and call for a vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. And then we have the approval of claims.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move that we approve claims, all claims as presented.
I will second that motion.
Okay, so I have a motion and a second to approve all claims as presented. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. And now we are ready for Highway Superintendent Hunter. How are we doing today, Hunter?
Good, how are you?
All right. You have it?
The only thing I have on today that I'd like to ask you guys to consider is, a while back ago, a little over a year ago, we let go of an employee before me. He was the mechanic. Right now, we're still going on over a year without a mechanic, and we have 9 trucks broke down right now. The employee's out of a truck right now. Stoops is charging us $300 an hour to work on our trucks when they can get there. So, bringing him back would definitely help us. And bringing him back would just be bringing him back as a non-CDL worker, so you're paying him $20 an hour instead of paying $300 an hour labor to students.
What's the pleasure of the board?
If you bring him back on a different job description, then he needs to follow the job description.
Absolutely.
So if you're bringing him back as a mechanic, he has to have the mechanic
Still
Job
with
des-
non-CDL.
job,
Yeah.
job description.
Tech. It's service tech, so it's a non-CDL job, but yes, that's what he'd be doing. He'd be underneath the service tech position, which is non-CDL, which is, I don't know the exact number right now, but it's like $21 an hour. So he would be under shop on his job description, he just wouldn't be,
But we have to go by the salary ordinance on what to pay,
yeah.
is what I'm trying to
Yes,
say.
yes.
The other thing is you do have a mechanic. You have another one that's listed as a mechanic.
We have a tech, we do have another tech, he is, he can't keep up. He's really great guy, and he does what he can do, but he's also 75 years old, and
Hey, now be careful
he
here.
can't do the lifting anymore. So like this morning, I came in at 1 a.m. just to get our trucks up and going, and I've been coming in just to get them to help him, because he just can't do it.
Uh-huh.
He can't do it.
Well, in our eyes, a tech and a mechanic are the same according to the salary ordinance, so we need to just change that
Change that
somehow.
in- okay.
Somehow,
Okay.
they needed to do that, so.
Okay. I mean, we can still go with Stoops, but like I said, like now, we have 8, 9 trucks broke down at the shop that they can't get to us until Wednesday to look. And then, once again, it's one at a time they're looking at, and we're gonna, if we go at this rate, we're gonna be out of money pretty fast.
Well, it's supposed to thaw here before too long, so we don't need them all, do we?
Exactly.
Well, I'm in favor of it.
Well, when you compare $21 an hour versus 300, I would make a motion that we allow, with a new job description, separating the difference between a tech and a mechanic. I would make a motion that we allow that rehire, potentially with a caveat that we have a sit-down and kind of lay some of the information and expectations out. But I would make the motion that we allow the hire.
And if one of you, Scott, if one of you wanna come over when I do his interview and have him sit down then, and go over more than welcome, you can, absolutely.
So this is a rehire from what? Did he quit?
No, he got let go. He got let go, a little over a year ago, he got let go. But now he's got his driver's license back and all that.
So actually, you need to approve the rehire of,
A previous employee.
that was terminated.
Is that your motion?
Yes. Mhm.
With the same caveat.
Correct, yeah.
Did you advertise for this?
Yeah, it's been everything.
I figured. Just wanted to clarify that. I'll second the motion. We need somebody in there.
Okay. So I have a motion and a second to grant Hunter the ability to rehire with a caveat that we're gonna make sure that we let him know our expectations.
Yep.
Okay? All in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Anything else?
That's all I had.
How's the plowing going?
It's going. It's
Yeah.
going, yeah, we're starting to hopefully get it with. These cold temperatures, salt ain't really working, but we're doing what we can to
Right.
keep up with it. And
Uh-huh.
once we get some trucks up and going, we'll be in a little better shape.
Okay.
So do we use sand and salt as well?
Yeah,
I
we do a
figured.
mixture of sand, 13 stone, and salt.
Okay.
We do a mixture of it. We've already went through close to 400 tons of salt already this year. And that's mixed in, so.
400 tons of just salt.
Just salt, yeah, that's not including the 13s and the, crushed sandstone.
Okay.
Are you gonna have enough to get through?
We have, 560 more ton on its way.
Okay.
So hopefully,
All right.
into this week, they're gonna start delivering.
'Cause we don't know what January and February is gonna,
Yeah, yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
So, you putting it in the barn up there or here or?
But we have the storage up there at NDOT will hold quite a bit, but our main is there at the barn, it'll hold all of it, and then we mix it there at the shop, and then we haul it up to the salt barn at NDOT.
Okay. How do you mix that anyway?
Just with the loader, we just get a scoop of sand and, 2 scoops of, 2 scoops of sand, scoop of 13s, and a scoop and a half of salt, and just mix it in the barn and just repeat.
Okay.
They have better systems, but they're obviously out of our price range. It's a big drum, you can dump everything in it, it'll actually mix it and shoot it out like a
Yeah.
tanker, but maybe one of these days.
Well, I've known, for a long time that we mix salt in, but I've never seen it, salt and sand, but I've never seen it done, so. Well, thank you, Hunter.
Okay, thank you.
I got a question for you. I was told yesterday that you got signs up there on the bridge on the old north of Camden, there at the,
Yes.
What's
50
going on
west
there?
That was a bridge that,
it's over Rock Creek.
yeah, it's given away underneath.
It is.
And I guess it's been a problem, and the bridge inspector said it's been on our list for the last 2 years and never got fixed. So he came in, did the inspection, and he was shutting the bridge down if we didn't do something about it. So we have a company that's supposed to actually be starting tomorrow. He was
Yeah.
gonna start today, but the weather did
Right.
not cooperate. And he's gonna put a new beam in underneath and do some head work there.
Okay.
And hopefully, it should only be shut down hopefully for 2 weeks.
Well, that's what I heard the sign was.
Yeah, if
was-
everything goes as planned, it should
Okay.
go for 2 weeks, but,
So is it on the south end of that bridge?
yes.
Because there was a
Yeah.
hole there.
Yeah,
I
that's-
reported.
Yep. For
Okay.
some reason, when they put that bridge in, they did 3 head walls at the bottom, but they didn't do the 4th one. Don't know why, the bridge inspector didn't really know why, but it caused a washout issue, and it just
Okay.
washed everything out, so.
Okay.
It was either gonna get shut down or get fixed, so we ended up finding a company. Because we couldn't find nobody to come in this late in the year to want
Oh,
to
yeah,
do it. And we actually found a company, that the surveyor works with that said he'd come in and do it, so.
Okay.
Who is it that's doing it?
Haas Excavating,
Haas. Oh, okay.
he said he had time, he'd come in and do it, so we don't have to wait till spring.
Okay.
So that actually worked out for the best.
Okay.
Is that the one there at Robeson?
No. It's on,
The north of 650 north on 50 west,
650.
going out to the Heartland. If you take that, it goes out to the Heartland.
at that dip there, and then there's that bridge that crosses Rock Creek,
Okay,
north of Camden.
okay.
Hopefully 2 weeks and it'll be back up.
Yeah, I heard this, I was told yesterday, I heard the sign was just a short period there.
Yeah, yeah.
So I didn't know what was going on, just kind of thought I'd check with you.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you do a good job on it,
I hope so.
this time of year.
It beats getting it shut down for a few months, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Assessor Nada.
Yes.
No,
You got another
Yeah.
one there.
Carroll Manor.
Oh,
What's the matter?
Carroll Manor.
Oh, we're gonna do the Carroll Manor. Oh, that's right. I didn't see that underneath the highway
I don't really
superintendent.
have much. I did get the social security paperwork, for the payee. I'll get that all set up, sent out the first week of December. I even came up with Beth and we just kind of looked over and make sure it was done properly. So I'm waiting for the award approval letter from social security so I can set up their accounts and they'll file, and then we can start getting our money. I've been doing a lot of redetermination eligibility paperwork for their insurance, just to make sure they keep the insurance, because when they lose their insurance, they lose their RCAP, which is the rental assistance. So I've had to redo that for a couple of the new, residents. It's been busy with Christmas coming around, lots of activities, been kind of fun. I talked to Hunter already about, some plowing things out there, like the loading and unloading area, making sure that that's plowed off in front of our dumpster. 2 weeks ago, Waste Management would not pick up our dumpster because they said there's too much snow today, so just making sure those things get done, and since they got new people out there, so. That's pretty much it.
What's our census currently?
21.
21.
I did have a couple, one of the gentlemen that came in, his mom and stepdad called me the other day and talking to me about maybe coming in, so that would take the couple's room. Their lease is up in February though, so this would be around March 1st. So they have plenty of time to do the application approval process and get all the paperwork, but, so that's just a couple more.
Any more potentials from Jay County?
No,
Okay.
you can.
We've tapped that one out.
Yeah, yeah. And occasionally I'll get calls from Sycamore Springs or somewhere in Lafayette, like Heritage Healthcare, saying that they have a person that may fit better at the mayor than there.
Good.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Do you have any questions, Lauren?
No, you can open it here.
She's doing a great job.
Thank you.
Sit here and open it.
Now we're ready for NADA.
Okay. We just got the one bid, I guess, for the CAMA software. If I open it. Yep. Maybe.
We should have put that paper.
Okay. This bid is from Xsoft. Looking for the bond. I don't know, did they say something about the bond not doing? I don't think they, he said something about in that cover letter.
You got their,
There's no bond.
See, this is what he had,
Here's the-
well, they had sent initially with me to review.
Well, this is same, almost the same thing.
Okay, that's what I mean, that's what I thought, but, so there is one in here?
I didn't say anything, but he's got that, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Well, I'm looking for the price, guys, I don't know. The dollar amount. Did I miss it?
Okay.
Oh. Some, huh?
They're kind of.
I know.
They're cold.
Okay, the total looks like it's $237,150. And then we'll have annual maintenance, our support will be the $42,550. They have agreed, we will pay it over a 3-year period. Do what?
Said I don't see it saying that.
Well,
There's a better kind of in the paperwork.
yeah. I don't know if I brought it up here, but I have a schedule. It might be in that other stuff. Did I give that to you, Ted? Do you know?
well, I don't know if the board wants to look at what we're looking at, the 3 copies, or my suggestion is, because it needs to be reviewed, to take it under, do a motion to take the bid under advisement to allow NADA and me to look at it. And then by the end of the meeting, I think you should be able to.
NADA, if you would, for people here and people
Oh.
there, would you tell them what we're looking at, what this is for?
We are bidding a new software CAMA package for the assessment. We have had, I don't know, ProVal, we've had, I don't know how long, several years. But they are kind of going out of business.
The one you have now?
Yeah. I think there's only about 3 or 4 counties left in the state that still have them, so the support, and they're not updating, you know, the software. So we chose to go ahead and try to submit a bid, or, you know, try to get a new company in here, and this was the only bid that we had, so. There aren't that many out there, honestly. I think there maybe is only one more, possibly,
For the CAMA.
for the CAMA, for the assessment part of it. So,
Right.
yeah. So,
Okay, and Ted, your recommendation is that we take it under advisement.
At least for the duration of the meeting, to allow Nate and I to take a look at it. You prefer to enter this as soon as possible, right?
yeah, well, yeah, I mean, so we can get the dates set up. We probably will not do the conversion until we roll to the auditor's office in the spring. We roll our new values over, but,
I've already had the state prescribes the form of the contract. So it's not like each company does their own contract. So it's a state form of contract, and you've got to use the state form of contract, so.
And who does that?
Pardon me,
Who at the,
DLGF.
huh? Who at the state does it?
DLGF. They
Okay.
prescribe, you know, what the software has to perform. They pre-approved only 2 or 3 vendors, you know, and this is one of them. And this is web-based, right? Is this, no?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You're
But
asking
anyway,
a
So,
non-computer person.
these vendors that make these proposals have already been approved by DLGF. We're not taking somebody that's not an unknown, because they had trouble. And this is,
Yeah, it is,
you know,
okay.
in the past with vendors that their software didn't do what it was supposed to do for reassessment. So, this is one of the vendors that they've approved, and the form of the contract, it's all boilerplate that's been approved, pre-approved by the state. So it's pick a vendor, you know, and, this is a required function, you know, it's a cyclical reassessment, so we've got to do it.
Well, so should we have do this by motion, or should we just allow time?
I think you should just move to take our advisement to allow Nate and I to look at it and make sure it's conforms to what we've got from the state.
Okay,
And
I would
you can
entertain
probably
such a
vote on
motion
it.
then.
You can probably vote on the contract, the form of the contract. Is it in there or not? I've got the form of the contract, and I've already looked at it.
What do you mean? What's in there? The contract?
Yeah, did they, I don't think they put, because here's the contract, it's that thick. And this is all pre-drawn up by the state, so we're not gonna change one,
Should be in here.
one word of it, so.
Uh-huh.
And Nada, if I may ask, in comparison to cost, how does this fit?
I think the software package, the CAMA package is very comparable to what it would be. Our previous software maintenance, this is higher than what it has been, but if you add everything all together, then it isn't, because the cost of the software and the annual maintenance
Okay.
together, so.
And that's over a 3-year payout, is that correct?
Here. Yeah, this is the contract, I guess.
Does it have all the exhibits? This one has all the exhibits.
Want to look at it?
Sure. So I would request a motion to take
Yeah,
our
we'll just
advisement so
look
we
at
can
it.
look at this.
We'll look through it while you guys.
I'll make a motion that we take the Xsoft CAMA package under advisement and allow the assessor and our attorney to review
I thought you
the
were giving
entire
it to me.
package.
I'll second.
Okay, so I have a motion and a second to take this under advisement and allow review. All in favor of that motion, please say aye.
Aye?
Motion passed. Before we move ahead to something else, Hunter, what was the, you said that bridge is on 50 east between what coordinates?
Be 50 west,
50 west.
between 75 west and, well, actually 650 north and 700 north. There it is. It'd be right.
650 north and 700 north.
Take the, out of, who's your Heartland, the hook up there?
Yeah,
Out of Camden, you'll find it.
it's right on that road. Okay.
Well, and I had asked, is that the one that you and I talked about?
Yes, it was.
Right down the road from Tim and Ruby Robeson used to live? Okay, that's what I thought.
I just
Thank
wanted to
you.
look through this.
That was gonna be replaced if we did an extension.
Yeah, exactly.
For the money.
Oh, that bridge.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Right there,
Okay.
right north of Palin's
That's-
house.
Yeah.
yeah, we lost out too.
Okay, Doug Atkinson? Kisson?
Good morning.
Morning, Doug.
Morning, Doug.
Few things here for you. As I've talked to you in the past, we were, been looking at EMS wise to switch our hospital sponsorship to Parkview Health. We've got their agreement in hand, so I forwarded that to Ted along with our,
I looked at it.
okay, along with our medical director contract. So I just want to get your approval to go ahead and switch over to that, agreement with Parkview Health.
Are we gonna have to change medical director?
No, Dr. Mann can maintain our medical director. We just have to do an individual contract with him, which I have that here.
Okay, good, good. And I know one of the discussions that we had, Doug, had to do with, for lack of a better term, buying power. Are we gonna,
That's set up, actually, we should be finishing that this week, on the back end for some of our medical supplies.
okay. Yeah, it was a substantial savings on medical supplies, going through Parkview.
And they've agreed to give us everything, our students can go to the hospital and do clinicals, if we have any EMT classes or anything, we're allowed to go up there and do clinicals, and they can do in-services for us.
And that's there in Logansport? Okay.
So you think they're gonna be good to work with?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we approve the agreement between Carroll County EMS and Parkview Health as a sponsoring hospital.
I'll second.
Okay, I have, excuse me, I have a motion and a second to enter into this agreement with Parkview Health. As what, sponsoring? Is that how you said it?
Sponsoring.
Okay.
So we don't know what that is yet, do
I would call for a vote. All in favor of that motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed.
Okay, and then I get, you guys want to sign it, or give me the.
Oh, we could sign it right now. Now, the front one up here, we got two spots here, says signature.
Yeah, just one or the other. In Parkville.
Well, the back one has our names all on it, so.
Yeah, that's for the medical.
No, there
director
isn't.
contract.
It's,
So you have two different things.
How many do you need, Doug?
But,
How many do you
just
need?
you'll sign one, and I'll make copies, I'll get that to original, and then
I'll just sign down below.
Well, while you got them,
I guess if you have 3 copies, you can bring here. As long as I have all 3 copies.
can you sign all three then?
Sure.
That way we don't have to kill a tree.
It's 12:15, isn't it?
That's what I did.
Okay. There you go.
Are you just signing the one? You're not doing the medical record one yet, are you? Doing it?
No,
Well, we're not to that yet, I guess. Okay, yeah. Okay, we have one more for you to sign there.
Can you sign that one?
Didn't you sign it? Oh, you didn't.
I need to.
You got three of them there?
I do. And
Now, go ahead.
And then the other one is the contract for medical director for our EMS service. So this is with Dr. Mahan individually, so it's just bypassing the hospital and contracting directly with them. And Ted, you looked over the medical director contract.
Yes, I do. I've got it here and I looked at it and it's okay.
It's the same one we used to use.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me find a place here. Who's talking about it? Yep. Right.
I'll make a motion that we approve the medical director contract with Dr. Mahan and Parkview Health.
Is Parkview mentioned in this?
I think I'm gonna have the commissioner sign it.
Just with Dr. Mahan, okay.
Yeah.
I'll second that.
Okay. I have a motion and a second to enter into this contract with Dr. Keith Mahan, Doctor of DO, what's that stand for? Doctor of, it's not obstetrics, it's doctor of,
Yeah, orthopathic.
yeah, yeah. So he's an osteopathic doctor. Okay. All in favor of endorsing this contract, please say aye.
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 Aye, motion passed. So we'll start passing these around.
Doug, how many do you need of this?
And I'll get Tim, I'll get what you sign, and Dr. Mahan to sign, and we can copy it.
I don't have any place for them to sign, so. They signed it. You can just give me a new one.
I have all three. Indeed.
All right, then, if you guys remember, we had got approval of getting the EMS director position back. The EMS committee met, interviewed several candidates that were good, and then recommended that we hire Dave Ashley, which Dave is here today. So I just wanted to introduce Dave to you as the assistant EMS director. He'll start his duties on January 1. Looking forward to working with Dave. I've known Dave for a long time, and we worked together and helped training when he was a youth paramedic. So he's a good guy, and I think he'll do a great job. With that being said, there are a couple things I just wanted to get clarified to make sure we can get. Can we get an email account set up for him?
I'll have to talk to Randy, yeah.
Okay. That would be appreciated if we could do that. And then I just want to get your approval for him. He is a county, he does live in the county. And I just want to get your approval for him to use the Dodge truck vehicle that we have as a vehicle that he can run around with and help go on runs and do what he needs to do. So just want to get that approval as well.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we give the Assistant EMS Director approval to utilize the Assistant EMS Director's Dodge truck.
I'll second.
Okay, and what is your name again?
Dave Ashland.
Ashley.
Okay. So I have a motion and a second to approve the use of the truck and would call for a vote. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Motion passed.
That's all I have right now.
Okay,
Aye.
thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Yeah, I look forward to working with you.
Doug, just out of giggles, what's our run count so far this year
We were
compared,
getting close to 1,800, but I haven't looked.
compared to last year?
It's about the same.
About the same, okay.
I think we'll probably go a few more over, but it's gonna be real close.
Very good, thank you.
Staying busy.
That's too bad.
Yeah. We've had a lot of high acuity patients too. It's been sick and injured.
Well,
Okay, that's all I got.
thank you.
Thank you, Doug.
And with that, we're ready for
Need a case
Mike.
ready.
Huh?
I think they're ready.
Well, you want us to come back to you now, Ted?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay.
We've reviewed the bid itself and the proposed contract, which is state form contract, and we recommend that you approve the bid of Xsoft Incorporated for $237,150 payable over 3 years and annual maintenance of $42,550. And I'll give this information to Beth, annual maintenance.
Okay. So we would entertain a motion as to accepting them.
I will make the motion that we, upon the review and approval of our assessor and our attorney, that we approve Xsoft as the in-camera purveyor.
I'll second.
Second. Yeah. Are you reluctantly second or just?
No, I'm just looking.
Okay.
I was listening.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second to approve Xsoft and their proposal for in-camera to be our software for the auditor's office and also to do the support. How many years do you suppose this thing will last? Well, I mean, we'll pay for it over 2. Will it last more than that?
Yes, I think so. And I mean, like I said, this company has almost all the all the counties, so they're not going anywhere, and they will keep, updating the product. I just thought I was just whispering to Beth that the software program we have now, the legislation changed the homestead, did some changes with the homestead credits. I've got a stack this deep that's completely full key numbers that we have to go in and do the
Really?
changing instead of them writing a program to fix all those for us. We've got to do it, so that's part of the problem with.
And it's for her office. I mean, what we get, we'll have, and we're looking at Xsoft too, but we're also looking at Lao, but both of them will fit through and coincide with her. that we're not doing it till next year.
This is just for the assessment part of it. They have their own that we will make work.
Seems like a huge job. How many parcels are there in the county, do you know?
We've got like probably 23,000.
23,000 parcels. Okay. Did we vote on that yet, or did I just interrupt us there? I think you made a motion and a second.
That's right.
We haven't voted.
Call for the vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed.
We have the contract, it's ready to be signed, we have one copy of it, so that the board can sign it. It's on page 16.
Page 16.
We'll have to make copies, and he was gonna be here, but he didn't.
Yeah,
he lives
I have
far
to
away.
send it for Brian to sign off on it
That's
after they.
okay, because you'll get it to me, but should I keep one of those as a bid?
Yes. I have one. I don't know how many were there 3 in there?
No.
3, 4.
4 of these?
One for you and one.
I don't need any.
Okay,
don't
you
need
can,
But I do.
yeah, she needs one.
Are you collecting these back again, are you?
I just need one.
No, you need to.
Okay, and who wants this contract? Is it going in our stack, or?
I can get it back.
Well, I think there's a place for me to sign it, and then I'll send it back to Brian and get his signature. And then I'll give this I'll make a copy for me, but I'll give her the original.
Okay. Okay, so moving on, Mike Tretrault?
Tetrol.
Tretrault
Tetrol, yeah, so weird French name.
I have some paperwork. for
in
you.
Madison, Convention and Visitors and Tourism Commission update.
Yes.
And you're our guy from Wabash,
Wabash River Heritage
yeah.
Corridor Commission.
I did that years ago.
It's a great group, and yeah, I'm excited to be a part of it, so thanks for helping make that possible. I'm planning on, I'll just give an update from each of those 2 groups. The CVT update's a little longer, and then we'll just go from there.
Okay.
All right. So first up with the Convention, Visitors, and Tourism Commission. So this is an all-volunteer group, and it's the end of our 2nd year working together. For context, a couple of years ago, the county began collecting an innkeeper's tax assessed on short-term rentals and cabins at a 5% rate. Importantly, the tax is entirely borne by guests, not by the operators. And every county that touches Carroll County also collects the same tax.
Same amount?
I don't know if it's the same amount precisely. I guess Tippecanoe is higher, but that's just me.
Tippecanoe is higher?
I'm guessing that. I don't want to say that for the record. I'm just guessing. Yeah. So a majority of the counties in the state, I would say, do collect it. And that money is to be used to promote tourism, basically to create a snowball effect, to get more people to come here and spend money. Tourism contributes, the economic impact is $4 or $6 million in the most recent year we have data for. So it's money that goes to grow more money, essentially, to get more visitors to the county. So our group is generally, like I said, pretty much volunteer. We met each quarter, and then we had some extra working meetings sprinkled in there. I serve as president of the group. Jeff Bean serves as vice president of the group. Madison Kaufman, our secretary and liaison with the Chamber of Commerce. Angie Brown as treasurer, and then Beverly Seats. So we got the 5 of us working together. So first thing, the financial update as far as numbers. In 2025, we began with a shade under $10,000 in the innkeeper's tax account. What's really exciting
is that the year-to-date revenue is close to $45,000. The exact number is $44,881.83. Now, in that number, Airbnb and the marketplace contributors have been really huge. Last year's revenue hovered around $10,000. Airbnb took some time, I guess, with all their layers of whatever, to start complying with the innkeeper's tax. At the end of last year, end of '24, when they started contributing, our receipts went up drastically. So Carroll County had previously collected an innkeeper's tax, and it was a much lower receipt amount. The difference between in the past and now is that Airbnb there are several venues, a lot of venues in the county. And so that income has been significant and exciting to see because it lets us do stuff. Our year-to-date expenses have been a shade under $8,000. It included some of the following items. So I went to the Indiana Tourism Conference in early 2025, and there was just meeting with a lot of other industry professionals. Carroll County being more rural, I mean, we don't have a whole dedicated office and a multi-million-dollar budget, but we get a lot done with the people we have, which is cool to see. So that was a great learning experience up in Fort Wayne. I was particularly struck by the idea that tourism is not just an add-on or an extra addition, it's part of the quality of life of a place, of a county. When you create a place that people want to visit, it just de facto becomes a place where people would want to live and work and stay because it's a great place. So basically, that's exciting to see, to think about creating a quality of place here in Carroll County. Secondly, we hired Elise Daniel to run social media for us on Visit Carroll County IN. She's on Facebook and Instagram, and that's where a lot of eyeballs are. She had previously worked through the Chamber of Commerce, and so when her term ended there, we basically brought her on with our funding to pay her. So she's providing marketing services free to our tourism partners funded by the innkeepers. So we've been working to get word out to the businesses in the area that if you have something to promote, tourism related, whether that be food or lodging, activities, attractions, festivals, whatever, she can promote it on the social media channels that we're trying to create. Because as of now, there is no dedicated tourism social media presence otherwise. So it's exciting to see that go. Next, we updated and printed trail and recreation maps. They have these at the city building, and I'm sure here as well, where you got Delphi Historic Trails on one side and the county map on the back side with attractions to go see. It's like a tear-off sheet. So we got to update that. It hadn't been updated in a while, and printed more copies to get out. Of course, there were the assorted public notices to send out. I would say overall, we're still building the fund to have a ready source of funding for projects that will arise, which I'll mention in a moment. In the account right now, between all of our things, I think we're around $47,000 in the account ready to spend.
And that's after the 8,000 expenses?
Yes, yes. So that's currently where we sit, where we have in the account. And it's a little tricky because some money comes straight to the county and some gets routed to the state and then routed back to the county. So it's kind of a ballet getting all figured out. So future expenses, we are working with a marketing firm, McDaniels Marketing, to create a Carroll County tourism branding. This is a unique opportunity to bring all Carroll County business partners into a cohesive identity to generate more interest and attraction to visitors. This process would include gathering data about who is coming to the county, how long they're staying, how much they're spending, and where they're spending it. And then we use that data and community feedback to create kind of a central identity, branding, logo, colors, fonts, all that sort of thing that we can use to promote Carroll County as a particular destination. One feedback I have received from a community member about efforts in the past towards tourism is that up towards the lakes, they kind of get pulled in towards Monticello and what they're doing up there. In Delphi, we can sometimes get pulled towards like Lafayette and Purdue traffic, and then you've got Burlington, which is closer to Kokomo. And so it's really exciting to think that we can create a Carroll County identity that is unique to what we offer in terms of recreation and culture and attractions, and dining and lodging, of course. So that's up and coming. We're gonna be also, secondly, continuing our service with Elise Daniel. She'll be running the social media channels for us into 2026. And next, we're also looking to create a visitor guide for Carroll County for the first time since 2019. We'll be working in collaboration actually with White County to split like a travel book where, I'll describe like.
It's like a flip book, so when you open it on one side, it'll be like White County, but then when you close it, you'll flip it over and it's gonna be Carroll County on the different pages. That way, like when we're trying to promote it in Carroll County, we'll have a Carroll County side, but then someone around. So it, in a sense, it's helping our surrounding counties as well, but the people in White County will have the Carroll County information. So it's just a joint effort that we thought might be a good starting point, and it helps cut the cost drastically as well. So it's something we were looking into.
Yeah, so we're really excited to see that come out in the first half of 2026. And then we're also working with Q Graphics, we're over there, to create a tourism map. That is something else we can hand out where people can pick up a quick paper and see where they can go in the county, things to do, communities to visit, and spend their money. So next, we've got meeting dates set up for 2026, once per quarter. We'll have the notices published in the comment and posted in the courthouse near the elevator. Public is always welcome to come and share ideas or whatever else. They're open to the public.
And those are at the canal.
Yes, and we've had those meetings at the Canal Center because it's ADA compliant, and it's a short commute for me. It's about 20 feet from my office, so it's great. I think we do have some questions that we're kind of working through and trying to figure out. Most importantly, how do we want Carroll County's tourism apparatus to look? Some larger counties might have a dedicated office and all the funding to do all that. Some smaller counties form regional partnerships and share resources. Like in southern Indiana, it's like Go So In, like southern Indiana. And it's like the Jeffersonville area, and several counties kind of work together to get people to visit that region. But sometimes in smaller communities like ours, the county essentially contracts with the Chamber of Commerce. What we found is that, so we have money coming in, which is great, but we don't have really a staff. I love promoting Carroll County, but ultimately the canal pays my paychecks, so I want to make sure I'm doing, prioritizing that way. So we can make decisions about where to spend the money and projects we want to pursue, but ultimately you go a load of day-to-day and emailing and contacting, gathering the resource, like there's work to do in that sense. So this year we kind of leaned more heavily on my time and also on Madison with the Chamber of Commerce to serve as the closest thing we have to a staff per se. And so I think that's a consideration for moving forward is in order to make sure we're working the most efficiently, to have somebody in that role at the liaison who can serve as sort of staff person. It's really incredible what Carroll County has built over the years through dedicated volunteers. I mean, really giving a lot to make sure people know about all the great things we have to offer. But to make sure it's sustainable, that's one thing we're wrestling with, is how do we want to organize that? Because with the website and several things that the chamber takes care of, and just how do we align the money that we're bringing in with where the work needs to be, essentially. So we're still working on that. But I think the good news is, for a rural county with 0 hotels, we really have an outsized appeal for people who do visit, who spend their money, and help make this a great place to live. Also, I think it's great how many of the people in tourism circles in the county are very collaborative and work together really well, so that's exciting. The other question I had was about reappointments for the next 2 years. I don't know how that works, so.
Yeah, per our ordinance or how it was written, we need to appoint directors in a sense, the commission members every 2 years, and so we would like to ask for your permission to appoint all of the ones that we currently have, and we would need that signed, but ultimately you have 3 appointments, which is, as of right now, Beverly Cease, Jeff Bean, and Angie Brown. And then the way it's written, the chamber always has an appointment on there. So that's and then Mike is appointed by the mayor. So those are our 5 appointments. So we would ask for you to consider Beverly C's, Jeff Bean, and Angie Brown, and we can sign that at a January meeting, but we wanted to at least mention that to you in case you had other people in mind that you might want to appoint instead. But we have to do based off of political parties as well, so is how it's written. So it's
And-
not a huge step right now that we have to do that.
All those folks are interested in rejoining?
I need to touch base with Angie Brown again. I had emailed her, but the other 2 are interested.
Okay.
That's good group. And I would say also to thank you for helping us get to this point. I think having the innkeeper's tax makes us more competitive with other communities, and ultimately helps us bring more visitors to spend more money at the very deserving businesses we have. So thanks for making that possible. And that's all I have to report. If there are any
Well, I
questions.
appreciate your reports there, and I learned a lot here about what's going on. I appreciate that.
No, thank you.
Good report.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
So-
part 2.
So at the first of the year, you say you're going to ask us to reappoint those
If
3?
we can, yeah, sign. In the past, Beth, do you know if you created the form?
I did not. I think we just put it in the minutes and,
Okay, I have
Okay.
actual forms that were
Yeah.
signed previously.
My suggestion is, yeah, there are actual forms to be signed.
Yeah.
My recommendation would be for the board to go ahead and make the motion to reappoint the current board members. You got a list.
well, she said she had to talk to one of them first.
If conditioned upon him being willing to, or she, right? Wanting to serve. That way you've got got it in the minutes and you can sign them anytime.
Okay, I was gonna say, looking at last year's, we signed them out of January. They were signed out of January meeting, so.
Yeah, they
but
can
no, I
they can be
understand.
signed
Be on the
anytime.
January 5th.
If we could, that would be.
Okay.
So Ted, you're saying we should go ahead and
Make a
reappoint
motion
our
to
3?
reappoint, subject to Miss,
Yes, Angie Brown.
yeah, she may not, I mean, you haven't talked to her or
Well,
what?
I don't know if she wants to do it or not. I don't
Okay,
know.
okay. Conditional upon Angie wanting to do
Okay,
it.
yeah, but the other 2 were.
Yeah, they were
interested.
So you're gonna contact her?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I guess I'd entertain a motion then.
I'll make a motion that we reappoint, conditional reappointment of the 3 individuals that were mentioned.
Second.
Second, okay. So I got a motion and a second to reappoint last year's 3 people to the Tourism Board,
The
Convention, Visitor, and Tourism.
Convention, Visitor,
And Tourism Commission.
Commission.
Commission. Okay. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Thank you very much.
One more thing.
Okay?
Part 2 of commissions with really long names. So thank you for your consideration and reappointment to renew my term on the Wabash River Heritage Corridor Commission, along with Dan McCain as the alternate. For context, this commission meets every other month, and it's comprised of representatives from all counties along the Wabash River who choose to appoint people, and that's most of the counties. Our funding comes from oil and gas operations, royalties along the river, mostly in Gibson County. So it's a lot of fun because Gibson County makes all the money and we get to spend it. It's great. Those funds are used to promote the river by keeping it clean, by educating people about the Wabash River, environmentally and also with like the cultural, historical aspects, and also helping people connect with the river through recreation. So far, I've attended just about every possible meeting, trying to make good use of the appointment. There was one time I had to run a school tour at the time, so that's just one. So the Wabash River Heritage Corridor Commission's latest grant round saw an investment of $200,000 in projects focused in Carroll County. One of them was for Dr. Christopher Moore from the University of Indianapolis. He's doing archaeological explorations up at the Carrollton Bridge and along the canal route from the Carrollton Bridge on the way towards Logansport. And the other is the Delphi Bayou project, which is actually taking place at Canal Park. We're building some new exhibits there. So each of those projects are bringing in investments of $100,000 to, to things going on in Carroll County, which is exciting.
Have they done the exploration up at Carrollton?
Yes, they've about wrapped it up, and around like where the Menser Tavern was located.
Right.
It's the equivalent of like a really busy highway truck stop, only 150 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And so they found some really interesting trash, which helps them determine what life was like. And so Dr. Moore actually gave our keynote address at our annual meeting at Canal Park this year, and he talked about his findings. He had done some digging actually right on Canal Park where we're building our exhibits, and also up at Carrollton. So he had a lot of really interesting finds, including some of the earliest dated Native American remnants, shards of pottery that have been found in this part of the state. So it's really cool to see the digging and the discoveries happening.
Where did he find the Native American stuff?
It's actually in the field right across from the Interpretive Center. If you were to jump across the canal, it's where we're building some new exhibits over there. It was formerly owned by the Underhills, and so it's kind of in that corner. I think it's currently a hayfield, but yeah, he dug down below the plow zone and found all sorts of really, really old stuff dating back to like 10 or 20,000 years or something crazy. So it's really incredible to consider. So, so it's the grant from the Wabash River Heritage Corridor Commission that is making all that work possible. So it's exciting to see it happen. So the group's meetings rotate throughout the state at sites along the Wabash River. Carroll County will be hosting their meeting in September of 2026. So we'll get to welcome visitors from all over the state to come see what we have to offer. Each meeting includes educational presentations that I enjoy sharing with local partners. Topics have included things like water conservation and water usage monitoring, a lot of relation to agricultural, high-tech industry, and water pipelines. I'm happy to report the water pipeline project is not going to be moving forward. A couple of years ago, that was on the table, piping water down to Lebanon from
Right.
around. So that's.
You think it's dead?
It is not going to be built, correct, from what our presentations have conferred to us. The pipeline project is dead. They're going to find water from somewhere else, which we wish them the best, but not with our water. So,
Right.
Good.
So they also share about initiatives to keep the river clean in other communities, to increase public education about our waterways, and providing opportunities for people to get out on the river. So it's a great group. I'm glad to participate. Just wanted to thank you all for making it possible.
Okay. We joined with Tippecanoe County in saying no on that, on a county government side.
Yes, that was huge, having that regional solidarity to make sure the message was clear. So that's helpful.
And do you know that Dr. Moore is a Carroll County guy
Oh, yeah.
originally?
Yeah, he's been helping us a lot as we develop the exhibits. He's got a lot of expertise about the area, so it's been fun to get to talk to him and hear about his
He's a
experience.
Cutler guy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so,
Okay, well, we appreciate it very much.
thank you very much for your time.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Mike.
How's Dan doing?
He's doing well, still up and at 'em, just moving a little slowly. His daughter recently moved back here to Delphi, and so that does him a lot of good to have her around.
I'll bet.
Yeah, he's doing great, just turned 85 years young.
Did you say 85?
Yes, 85.
Okay. County Attorney Ted Johnson, I guess we're down for that, Ted.
Down to the bottom.
Bottom of the barrel.
I just give you a breakdown on this, because there's quite a few moving parts in this project. You've got the photos there. There's a breakdown. We're breaking this down because Bob is the one that had the discussion with Bill and with Mr. Hickner. Mr. Hickner, would you stand up and let the commissioners recognize who all the...
Appreciate you being here today.
Yep, not a problem.
And Mr. Hickner, what is your position with Single Tree?
President and owner.
Okay, so we're here to kind of keep this moving forward here because there's a lot of coordination that needs to be done. And since we don't have a civil engineer with the county, Bob's our man. He's helping a lot. So I've
Okay.
asked
We
Bob.
appreciate it, Bob.
I've asked Bob to kind of bring you up to date on the discussion that was had with Mr. Hickner and Mr. Brown on last week sometime, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So,
I think it's Sunday
yeah.
night.
Yeah, so I'll let Bob take it from here.
You know, as I'm going through this, if you remember anything differently or add something to add,
Okay.
you chime in. I think the first thing we discussed was, well, we needed to tie down exactly what the properties were so that we could get accurate appraisals and begin the surveys. And so the first question was, where are we gonna relocate the ditch and where is the new property line going to be in relation to the ditch? And so after discussions with Mr. Hickner, he said he really had no desire, don't let me put words in your mouth, but you had no desire to own the ditch. Okay, so what we were planning to do is to relocate that ditch.
Now, Bob, is that a county ditch?
No,
No.
it is not.
Okay.
Now it flows from south to north and goes through a box culvert here. What's that, 50 or 100 north? Yeah, 100 north here. And then flows through that private drive back to Indiana Packers. And it's got a big box culvert there. It's my understanding that the plan is to move the ditch from this location to as close to the tree line as possible without tearing out any of the trees. Okay, and so approximately there, you know, just looking at rough topography, there's about 6 feet of cut through most of this. So we're looking at about 50 feet off of that tree line to create that property line.
How many feet did you say?
About 50.
50? Now,
50 feet away from those
when we were
trees.
talking about it, you said the ditch would probably be about 60 feet at the top to top.
50 or 60 feet.
50
yeah.
or 60, okay. Okay.
Okay? So we're looking at about 50 feet off that tree line, so that we don't get into the roots of the trees or do anything like that. And so the ditch would be relocated from here to here. That's approximately 500 feet of relocation. It's going to be about 6 feet deep. There's a significant amount of dirt to move. And from our discussion, we would take that dirt and just fill in the old ditch. Now, if you've gone out there and looked at it, there's a pretty significant fall to that swale of the ditch, the existing ditch, and then comes back up. So that property is not going to be level by any means. Okay. Okay, so that comes with, that's kind of where we're looking at then. And if we go to the north side of the ditch here, we're looking at about 7.1 acres, roughly. Okay?
Yep.
So that's what's on the table for the county to
Offer.
offer to Mr. Cole Hickner. Any questions on that?
And we still have a significant pile of dirt from the jail that could be utilized for that, correct? I mean, I'm looking at Hunter and you. I mean,
Absolutely.
yeah, we could use some of that, because That's not really topsoil per se, it's a lot of clay, isn't it?
Yeah, it all came from the new gel. I would love to get rid of most of that.
Okay.
Make a lot of room for us.
So that could help in leveling off some of that swale, et cetera. Good.
That dirt now is sitting on the county, highway department's property out there?
Yeah, it's out there right beside, there at the landfill, the old landfill is where we haul it all to. I mean,
Okay.
There's more than enough there to level that whole thing off, I'm sure of it. There's a lot of dirt there.
Good,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, so then the property in Flora, that's in consideration for the trade are these 3 properties, all owned by Single Tree. Property 1 is approximately 2.75 acres. Property 2 is approximately 1.19 acres. And property 3 is 1 acre for a total of almost 5 acres, just under 5 acres. And I believe there's 1 building on it, correct?
There's one shop and one separate office building.
Okay.
Does it include the portable building that's there?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not sure if there's anything else you need me to go over with.
We can go right into the, I did an RFP for proposals to do the surveying. Because we need to know, we need to have the topography of the ground for topographical survey for the relocation of the ditch. And also to give us a legal description of the parcel that we would propose to offer in exchange for the site in Flora. So we've got 2 proposals, and I think we emailed those to you and sent them to 4. One of them responded that they couldn't get to it until summer. And that was Milligan, I think it was. And one didn't respond at all. And then we've got 2 responses, one from 40th Parallel, who did the surveying for the bollards, you know, that were in the roads. And the other one is Vester.
Vester Associates.
Yeah, so we got two proposals, and do they have those, Beth?
You got the investors this morning,
Yeah.
and then you should have had.
And
Packet here, is it, or?
You should have, just the other one. Who was the first?
40th Parallel.
I'm gonna give these, because
The other one.
did I
he
send
told me
these to
give
you?
the-
You didn't have them, we didn't have them.
No, it wasn't really good. Parallel, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That's the first
40th
one.
Parallel Investor Associates.
You should have this one too. And then this.
So what we requested from them was to provide a land title survey on both properties and an additional topographic survey in this area here so we can mark out where that ditch needs relocated so that we can design the ditch to know what kind of side slopes we need to put on it to fit into that 50 or 60 feet. That's what was included in the survey proposals.
Okay, Ted, either of you, cost of these 2 properties to survey, according to our memorandum of agreement,
We did not execute that memorandum because it was out of date before
okay,
and so I've got a new memorandum of agreement.
okay.
And do you want to look at that now?
Well, I guess right now what's coming to the top of my mind is who's paying for what here? Are we splitting it or what?
Yeah,
I don't know
we're
what we
splitting
agree
it,
on.
And it's by, let's see, I'll get that out and get it in front of you so you can look at, and I've given Mr. Hickner a copy of that already. Let's see. Let's go through this. It might help to
Okay,
crystallize, get our minds around this. If we just go through this point by point now and answer any questions you have, because it's not been approved by Mr. Hickner either.
does he have a copy of it right now?
He's got it right in his hands.
Okay,
You got it too, Bob, don't you? Okay. I put all these recitals in it because I didn't have a clear picture in my mind. We got the phase one environmental.
yeah,
We did it only on the part of the single tree property that had the buildings on it. And that
Right.
would have had the oil and so forth. We didn't have them do the phase one environmental on the unimproved part. So that was what I gave to Sheldon Holsinger to appraise, was just the part with the buildings on it. Then I find out we want the whole thing, all
yeah, uh-huh.
4 to 5 acres. So Sheldon's figure, he has to redo it to appraise the entire floor site of single tree. And I said, hold off on doing anything on the, both appraisers. Vogel is the appraiser that was engaged by Mr. Hickner, and we engaged Sheldon Holsinger. We said, hold up on the county site until we've got our minds wrapped around the size of it, where it's gonna be, what it's gonna, what we can do to enhance what the county has to offer. So that's the background on having to change this document. So, okay, so the recitals you can read later. That explains and helped me understand what we've got to do to get where we want to go, but the actual agreement is on the second page. So, and let's start at number 2. The purpose of this MOU is to be able to enter an agreement to exchange the real estate. And this MOU details the steps and identifies the respective responsibilities of the parties getting to it. So number 3, so county's going to engage one professional surveyor to prepare survey of Single Tree's property and county's property. The county, by this agreement, will pay the surveyor's fee for the county's property.
Okay,
And Single Tree will pay the surveyor's fee for the Single Tree property. You're
okay,
buying a survey, you own it, it makes sense, you pay for what you're gonna own. And they have a contractual relationship with the owner that way, and we're not paying somebody else's fee, and they're not paying somebody else's fee, okay? Next sentence, the parties have each selected and engaged a licensed commercial real estate appraiser to prepare appraisals of both properties. So Mr. Hickner's surveyor or appraiser is Vogel, and we've engaged Holsinger. So that part is, we've got the surveyors done. The parties have each selected and engaged licensed real estate appraiser to prepare appraisal of both properties. Each party will pay the fee of the appraiser engaged by that party. So we're gonna pay for Mr. Holsinger's fees for appraising both properties, because remember, we have to have 2 appraisals. Indiana local government has to have 2 appraisals if you're selling or if you're buying. And so he's gonna pay for both of the appraisals that he has done. And each party will pay the fees of the appraiser engaged by that party. The reports of all appraisals will be delivered electronically to both parties, because the things are 40 to 60 pages long. We're gonna do it electronically, and you can look through and see what the appraisal says. For convenience, the copies of the surveyor's reports will be delivered to the county, and Singletree will be notified of the availability of its copies of the surveys when they're done. So that's who pays for what as far as the surveys and the appraisals. And we have to put a notice in the newspaper, a notice of it, and solicit offers from the general public if they want to exchange property that we would want. We have to do the same thing. It's like the jail. We had to put a notice in the paper. Does anybody else want to lease us a new jail? You know, we had to put that notice in the newspaper. So that's what number 4 is. We'll do that notice. So that then the title insurance and the closing costs are pretty much split by, you know, what you would normally see in a transaction. We're going to use Columbia Title, and I've already contacted them. They're going to give the list of anything that has potential lien or problem with the property in Flora, because it's not bare ground, so that we get a survey that shows any easements that we might not know are there and so forth, anything that's underground. So they're going to ask them to do like a lien search first before we do the title insurance. So we see what's there, make sure we're not buying a problem, you know, or know what the problem is before we buy it. Okay, and then so those costs are basically divided between the parties. So and that's the updated MOU. So what we've learned today, though, is that there's another possibility for that ditch, and that's this dirt. And I don't think Bob or I were aware of that. So we don't know how that, and it may help solve the problem. So I'm going to ask the question of Bob, do we need more than a survey of that, or do we need an engineer to look at that, or do we?
No, I think the survey is fine. I mean, we can relocate that ditch without an engineer. But you know, I think there probably needs to be an understanding of exactly what kind of condition we're planning to put that property in for Mr. Hickner. I mean, are we gonna make it perfectly level? You know, I mean, that's what this new revelation brings to mind for me.
Well, we never said it was gonna be perfectly level, but what are you expecting that property to look like when you get it?
I'd like the ditch to be moved, and if I had access to the dirt, with maybe some help from the county to truck it over, I can get someone who's in the land leveling business to come in and level it out for me.
So is that something that could be added to the
Oh, yeah.
MOU?
That's why,
That the dirt from the relocation of the ditch would be spread into the old ditch,
Right.
and then he can make an agreement with the county to haul dirt to the site to fill it at his, whatever he wants, or, you know, whatever you plan to do.
What,
so I think we need to add a paragraph in this document strictly about the ditch relocation. That's what I'm hearing. Does that sound?
you need a paragraph that does what?
A paragraph in this document that explains just what we've discussed.
About the ditch relocation, the utilization of the dirt from the ditch relocation,
Yeah.
and the utilization of the dirt
Who hauls
from
it,
the
and who
jail.
spreads it?
Right. And how much? How
How-
much are you gonna haul? How much?
You've already hauled that dirt at least once, haven't you?
Yeah, Yeah.
Is it on the back side of that property, or is it closer behind the jail?
It's actually right behind the hog plant. If you take the drive back where we got all of our stone up top there,
Uh-huh.
the drive drops down, it takes you over a little culvert and takes you back in the wooded area, and it's back there. We cleared out an area when they
Can't see
were
it from
doing that
there.
and piled it all back there.
Okay, so really hauling it, it wouldn't be that far.
No.
I mean, you could almost take a,
Get a lot of loads.
you-
A lot of-
yeah,
A lot of
Do a lot of what?
loads
A lot
in
of
a
loads.
dump truck.
How many,
Amount of dirt doesn't go very far.
what kind of a deal was this to move it the first time?
It saved the county money because they was gonna get charged for F&K to haul it out.
Yeah, so I
And
remember
I
that.
forget the exact number, whatever it was, but it saved a bunch of money for us to haul it. So we ended up making room back there, clearing out trees and making room, and we just hauled it. And like I said, I forget the exact number, but it saved the county a lot of money for us hauling it off, so.
So how big of a deal is it for us to haul it on over there to?
Really nothing, since it's only, I mean, you're talking from where the pile is to where we're gonna be hauling it, quarter of a mile. So really won't be too bad, as long as we keep our trucks running.
Is this just something that you're gonna do in between plowing and like that? You'll keep them busy doing that?
It would be nice if it was more of a, early spring project. We can probably get it all hauled as much as he needs in a week span, so we can always kinda shut down what we're doing for a week to get that, so he can get moving faster and everything. So we'll kinda make anything work, whatever is best for him, and whenever he can get someone out there to level it, we can work with him and get it there as quick as possible, so he can get started on all his stuff.
Okay, so the leveling of it will be your job. We're just gonna move dirt.
Right.
Is that what you guys are thinking about, or? I never thought of this pile back there till Scott brought it up. Okay,
Is there a time frame that must be, in other words, are we gonna be okay if we wait till spring?
We're not gonna get anything built over the winter time anyway. I doubt they wanna reroute the ditch in the middle of the winter.
It's
So
all weather
I would
related.
think it'd be springtime anyway.
Weather related.
Which, pardon?
It's weather related.
Yep.
You'll know what you're gonna get into in the spring.
Yep.
so if we can get an updated MOU by the January meeting?
So, I wanna make sure, that we're talking about, there's a trade-off here. The single tree will be responsible for the leveling. The county will haul the dirt, and we have enough dirt to do the job.
I would say we have plenty to do the job.
So my question for the surveyor is, do we need to change anything that we've told these surveyors in our RFP? They're okay? We're okay with it?
Yeah, because we're still just planning to reroute the ditch.
I was gonna say, the surveyors only look at the boundaries, they don't care what happens in the center,
Well,
right?
we're asking them to do a topographic survey through that strip, so we know
Okay.
exactly what we're doing when we move that ditch.
Okay, got it.
So that, I mean, we don't need to expand the topo or anything, we're just moving the ditch.
Right.
And then he can decide how high he wants, or where he wants it spread, or whatever, that's up to.
we still on beam with what you're thinking about?
Yeah, this is in line with what I had in mind.
One more point.
Yep.
Two of the Flora has created their own zoning.
Yes,
This is, what we find out, two of the lots are,
Two of the lots are zoned industrial, Flora is going through a new townwide redistricting, rezoning.
and they have 2-mile limit.
And they're planning to vote on it, I believe, in January. So they have a proposed map already. Their original proposed map had the 2 lots that are developed as industrial, and the
Unapproved.
the unimproved as agriculture. And I asked them if they could change that in their proposal, and they said that they thought they could, and that they were actually going to vote on it tonight.
The Plan Commission votes on it tonight.
The committee is gonna vote on it to present it to the Plan Commission.
It works
in
just like
January.
ours. Their commission is gonna recommend the maps and everything to the town council, and their town council's gonna approve it in January. So I drafted this letter so that we get our foot in the door on this rezoning, so that we don't get a zoning that requires us to have to go through a rezoning of that one lot, because we want that third lot. So I got a letter for you. This is the and there's the map. This is industrial, and this is proposed to be agriculture.
No, it's backwards, that is, that's
Backwards,
it, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
backwards, got reverse there, yeah. Yep. So, I've got their clerk treasurer's email address on there, so if the board approves it, we can ask Beth to email it to the clerk treasurer. She said she'd get it to the Plan Commission tonight.
Okay.
Okay, so kind of wrapping up where we are, I'm going to, with Mr. Hickner's input and with Bob's input, I'm going to put another paragraph in the memorandum of understanding that will cover the ditch revocation. And I'll also put in there about the zoning. We may not know what it is, but Mr. Hickner's going to need to rezone, get a rezoning. Is that correct? You've talked to Mike Martin already.
Yeah, Mike's here.
Yeah. No.
So that's in progress. So the board action that I need for you today is to approve that letter so that can be sent. And the second thing is to authorize me to have Mr. Holsinger amend his appraisal. He appraised the property for $135,000, I think it was, what it was.
Uh-huh.
And Vogel's appraisal was $353,000 for the Florida property. So neither of them have appraised the county site yet, because it's been a moving target up till now. Now we got more of a target, so we need to get the surveyor. So first one is to approve this letter. The second one is to authorize me to have Mr. Holsinger update his appraisal of the property in Flora. And the third thing is to pick one of these surveyors to do the surveying.
Okay, so we have 2 appraisals. Do we, tell us the ramification of those two appraisals?
Okay,
By statute, what do we use those for?
the ones that, of the county property are more informational. The ones of the property we're exchanging for, we cannot pay more than the average of the 2 appraisals. So whatever Mr. Holsinger's appraisal is and Mr. Vogel's, we add those up and divide by 2. That's how much we can legally pay for Singletree's property. The county property is more flexible. You're supposed to get 2 appraisals, but it doesn't say you can't. You have to get the average of it. You can pick any number in between there. I mean, we can use the high number or the low number or whatever, but we still have to get 2 appraisals. So the more critical one is the one of the Flora property.
And neither one of the two appraisers have appraised it with the extra 5-acre lot, right?
That's right. Let's
I
see.
believe Mr. Vogel's had the.
Yeah.
Unimproved.
His, we'll have to look at it. He had the unimproved on it?
I believe he did.
Okay, then
Okay,
that's.
so
one we
his
don't have to redo.
350 something includes the entire property that we're looking at.
That's correct.
So you got one that's 353.
53, okay.
350? Yeah, 353. Yeah, it does include the
Okay,
unimproved parcel. So that's that number. We're gonna get a second opinion of it from, because we have to legally have a second appraisal of it. And we've gotta use the
Okay.
average. So, okay,
well, that's what I told him, but I wanted to make sure you said the same thing.
right.
Okay.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the letter to the town of Flora concerning their potential rezoning as put together by our attorney.
I'll second.
Okay. We have a motion before us and a second to approve the letter to the Flora Town Council regarding rezoning. All in favor of that motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay. So we need to sign all these. There you go. And Lauren's got to sign this one. Now, they're gonna do that tonight, right?
Yes,
So how are we gonna get the letter to them in time?
it's got the email address down at the bottom, and they're expecting it.
Email it over, okay. Okay, this one has all three, this one has three, and that one has three. Okay.
Second thing would be, we've got two proposals to do the surveying. We sent it to four, we got one response, they can't do it until summer, and one did not respond, and we got two good responses, 40th parallel and Vester.
Where's the 40th parallel out of?
Tipton.
Yeah.
Tipton?
Yeah.
Investors out of Lafayette or West Lafayette, one, yeah. Okay. Okay,
I've had experience with 40th Parallel. They've surveyed my farm. They did a very good job. And they're almost half price. I'll make a motion that we contract with 40th Parallel for the surveying services necessary in this land swap situation.
what's the difference in price between the
Vester is 14.4. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 14.4.
and that's to do both of them?
And 40th Parallel is 84.50.
Just FYI, the MOU says that we pay the fee for our survey, and Singletree pays the fee for Singletree survey. So there's a little difference there in that.
We'll pay the bigger half of the two, of the $8,000, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. You
I'll
gonna
second.
You second that? Okay, so I'd call for a vote on that motion. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Motion passed.
And then the,
It's cold in here, isn't it? I think it is.
that's all I have, unless the board has any questions, or Mr. Hickner has anything.
You have any questions from where we're going now?
Good.
Good.
So
You guys have any questions?
I don't know if we're gonna have a year-end meeting or not.
I've got that on my part.
That's, could we do that if we get that MOU ready for this end of this year?
If that's
Yeah,
up
it's
to
up to them, yeah.
What are you saying, Ted?
If we get the revised MOU, you could possibly do that at your year-end meeting.
Oh, at the year end, okay, yeah, that'd be good. Have we set the year-end meeting yet, time?
That's on her,
It's
Her-
on me.
her
I mean,
docket.
Yes, it's on the agenda.
Okay. Oh, I see it down there now. Okay, Ted, do you have anything else to bring to us?
Beth put on the agenda the two ordinances that we got on the table. One is for the
Carroll Manor
Carroll Manor
Advisory?
Advisory Board. And if you don't want to adopt it today, my recommendation would be that you go ahead and do a first reading of it, so that
Of the,
Carroll Manor Advisory Board ordinance.
what do you want to do? You want to just do the,
I would like to table that particular ordinance because some of the verbiage in it, that was brought to us by Brady Wiles. It was kind of his idea, even though we like the idea and we agreed with the idea of an advisory board. But I feel that this is kind of
okay,
his put together, and I want his response. I want him to have time to read it, look it over, and see if there's any changes that he would like to make to it.
okay, that's no problem. Now, do you want us to do the first reading of it, or just table it?
Now, you can
I
always
would-
amend it.
Huh?
You can always amend it. You're just reading the
Easier to
ordinance.
do it.
You're just reading it.
all outright.
Pardon?
It's easier if you don't amend it and go.
If we just table
I
it,
think it's too mixed up. I mean,
Yeah.
people don't under,
yeah,
No.
I think we just should table it and then do the readings once, if there are any changes to it.
it's my opinion.
Okay. Would you like to make a motion to that effect?
I will. I'll make a motion that we table ordinance 2025-06 concerning Carroll Manor Advisory Board for further review from the council member.
I'll second.
You'll second, okay? So, the motion, and I have a motion and second to table ordinance number 2025-06. All in favor of that motion, please say aye.
Aye?
Aye. So we have tabled it. Motion passed.
Do you want me to give that to them on Thursday, or should just send it out and ask them their opinions?
I would prefer, I mean, you feel free to send it out, but I would prefer them actually get a hard copy at the Thursday meeting.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you.
Then there's the right to farm ordinance that you tabled from the last meeting.
Next, did you just say the right to farm ordinance we're looking at now? Is that right, Ted?
Yes.
Okay.
It was tabled from the last meeting.
Yeah, we tabled it so that Warren would have an opportunity to advise us and take, and more than advise, but take his part on it. Now, the question I think comes down to, Lauren, do you want to have time to read that?
I've looked at it.
You looked at it,
Yeah.
okay?
This is done by the state, basically.
Right.
So we either agree to treat agriculture in this county like most other counties probably are.
Oh, area plan, that's not it.
I had a conversation with Kevin the other day on the phone about this, and, you know, I talked to Kevin Giddens on the phone the other day. He called me, and we were talking about this. And I know agriculture's changed. It's changed in my lifetime, and it's gonna keep changing. And there's not everything I like about it, but, it's got to be, it's going to continue. And this can always be changed. Can be amended to it. So I really don't see any issues with it. And this is basically just to protect the homeowner, as long and homeowner also. Somebody building in a place where they're not welcome, it's going to cause issue. You don't want somebody's going to cause an issue for somebody. So I've always tried to support agriculture. Like I say, I don't agree with everything, but pretty much everything here is pretty much standard, I think.
So Ted, are
It's
we
already
ready to take a vote on this?
Yeah, it's already been read twice.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I speak on that a little bit?
No, I think that'd be fine.
So, I'm Kevin Giddens, President of Area Plan Commission. The reason why we pushed this through,
Uh-huh.
as you guys know, for the last year or so, we were kind of concerned about the solar panels, the wind turbines, data centers are next thing on the table. But we put that together with the thought in mind that a lot of people were trying to protect what we already have, the baseline, which is Carroll County agriculture community. This doesn't mean that it can't be changed down the road, but things are just changing so rapidly among us that we're trying to, if you're like me, you stay on your base, you're comfortable with, this is what we do, this is what the county is. So it's primarily just for, you know, some people are just landowners, they may not be farmers, like Lauren has stated. I mean, times are changing, but, you know, at the end of the day, that's what Carroll County is. It's very agricultural based. So we're just trying to protect it. It is currently already a state law. All we're doing is bringing it down to the local level, and it is the realtor's responsibility, the title companies, to inform someone purchasing a place or moving into the area so you don't create more problems down the road. But that's it. I mean, it's not like we're trying to keep or change or anything. It's just protect what we have, move forward with it. There's other things that, when someone comes in here outside, or whether it be industrial or personal use or house or whatever it may be, there's already things implemented to help permitting, rezoning, everything, you know, to help protect that. But it's more of just a line of communication for an outsider that, hey, this is a really bad situation. Someone buys a house and it's an eighth of a mile or whatever from the permitting item of a hog barn, is like, hey, I don't want to smell this hog. Well, this was here before you, and this has already gone through the item permitting, and this was all legit and legal, and we're just trying to form a path for communication to help protect them.
So let me ask you this, because the state has already passed this, what effect at all will we have on, I mean, if we don't do it, we're still got the same state laws, right?
We have the state laws, but it's more on a local communication. If you was to buy a property or whatever, then if you're relying on the Columbia Title Company locally here, it's just a communication avenue. I mean, it's just so someone's not blindsided, per se.
Okay.
That was our thinking as a committee, but it kind of makes sense. This is what we do. It's something to help a potential person or someone else in the future if they buy something.
Okay.
Was our backing. But there's a lot of state laws, I get it. I mean, they're there, but it's the same thing with the windmills and the thing, you know, the state law, they're promoting it, but we have our own ordinances too. I mean, there may be a day that they'll flash, don't get me wrong, but it still goes back to my rationale, and the committee was thinking protect what we have. I mean, that's what we do. Just trying to stay on status quo and move forward.
I have been told that these ordinances we already have on our books, and I have kind of felt this is a duplication of what we already have in our current ordinances. This isn't changing any of our current ordinances, and I know Mike has been up and talked a number of times concerning this. And it was presented that this is just another piece of paper or piece of information that we can hand someone or tell someone, you know, here's what we have. Because I'm obviously with you on trying to protect everyone's right to farm. And you know, this may avert some of the potential lawsuits or something that may come down the road. But my argument is it's not. People are going to find an attorney, you know, somewhere who's going to sue no matter what ordinances we have on our books, of which we already have those ordinances on our books. And it seems like duplication. Seems like a lot of duplication to me. And if it isn't, correct me, but it seems like we're you know, we're hooking two horses to one wagon.
It's not a duplication, it's just more of an amendment to kind of bring it to your attention when you read it. It's not something read between the lines. So that's the only, that's why I didn't, as a committee, we didn't think it was that big of a deal. It just kind of reinforces what we already do.
Right.
It kind of made me feel like it's kind of like you go to GM and you buy this vehicle that's been tagged as a lemon law. There's a document there, even though it says lemon on the title, there's a document, you're double dipping, that protects you as a customer, say, you gotta sign this, you realize you're buying a lemon law vehicle.
Okay, is this something that they'll actually have to sign
I don't
from?
know, Mike, if they actually have to sign it, it's gonna come into the realtor and
I
title
think-
company.
From what I understand, it's gonna look similar to when you buy a property that's, like say this courthouse, if you're gonna sell the courthouse built before 1973. You have to sign an agreement knowing that there's potential to have lead-based paint. It's similar to that, it's just like you're acknowledging the fact that you are buying property in an agricultural environment, that even though there's not a smelly pew coming from the west today, doesn't mean there won't be tomorrow. It's basically something that'll go out to the realtors, and title companies, and closing companies, that when someone from out of state moves to Carroll County and they don't like the way that Carroll County does things, they bought property here, they signed something saying that they acknowledge that fact.
So this is kind of a document that combines all of our amendments and ordinances, not amendments, ordinances into one particular document. Would that be a fair assessment?
In regards to agriculture, as far as I know, it doesn't. I don't think it, like, you acknowledge every single business I have.
Everything, but it's just something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, a couple months ago, there's a subdivision out by Cutler. It was subdivided years ago, right? So the two front lots, they didn't sell, took a really long time. I don't know why, but the farmer across the road, the fine feeding operation, was really concerned about someone buying those houses. He's like, I don't want him to come in and try to shut down my confined feeding operation. I was here first.
Mhm.
So this situation, this is like when someone buys that $500,000 house, they sign this knowing that they're close to the confined feeding operation, but it's legal. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like, so that new house can't affect what the farmer's doing,
Right,
already been doing.
right. Okay. So-
Somewhat grandfathering process, you're making someone aware of it.
But like I said, don't we already have those situations and those ordinances on our books currently?
If we have any.
No, I'm not sure how it got onto our building permit application, but it's on there. So there is a spot, like if the property's zoned agriculture and someone wants to do any kind of development on that zoning district, we do have them sign an agreement that they understand that they're in an ag environment.
Okay.
So that, other than that, I'm not aware of anything else. And I don't know how long that's been on the permit application. And from what I understand, it's a good thing that we've been doing that, because it kind of goes along the line in the same wheelhouse as this.
So this kind of further solidifies the fact that they very well could be in an agricultural area or zoning.
Yeah, because if someone's in L1, Lake One Resort, we don't have them sign that. I mean, we could, but people farm in all the zoning districts that we have. Doesn't really matter if it's just ag at all or not. They, you know, you're still able to like plant corn in L1 or I1 or I2. I think it's a little bit different when it comes to like livestock and stuff like that. But.
Okay.
I have a kind of a comment about that, and the only thing I know about what you're talking about out there at Bolivar Bluff is just from the talk around town, you know. It's not a very big town, so you you hear things, but instead of, that's a completely, I think, opposite to what I've been understanding this is for. We're wanting to make sure that a person doesn't impinge on the right of the farmer to farm, but in that case, the farmer was wanting to impinge on the right of the person to build a new house.
Yeah.
See, that's backwards.
Well, I understand what you're saying, and I had several conversations with him. Like I said, the subdivision happened, you know, like so that when it's very sketchy, very touchy subject. So we were able to find a peaceful solution to that. I don't know what the main issue was. I was just using that as an example, not trying to point anybody's fingers or names or anything. Just, you know, I interact with a lot of different people with a lot of different motivations. So, you know, those lots were subdivided 20 years ago. So, you know, knowing that he had the operation there, so.
So my fear is, if we have somebody wants to put out or wants to build a subdivision, once we pass this, any farmer in the area can say, no, that's going to be harmful to me, and they can't do it.
No, I don't.
If I may respond.
No, that's not at all.
I don't, yeah.
If I-
No.
Well, that's what they were doing there, though. They wanted it stopped.
One individual,
That was
the way
one
that he read the
individual
rules.
concerned about those people getting upset.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not gonna put words in people's mouths, but the next phase of that is, okay, you know there's a housing addition here. Yes, you've been here longer. Maybe we need to change our practice a little bit, try to be courteous a little bit, you know, not a real windy day, whatever he was doing, I don't know what, you know. I'm just saying that goes to the next level. This is designed that if an individual's here and all of a sudden they have a bad day and they smell this or the bean dust or whatever it may be, you can't complain about that because it was already there. It was, you know, it's already in existence.
I don't understand the already there part of it.
Well, the farmer was there before the house got built, or.
What if the house was there before this particular farmer built his,
Gotta be 800 feet away.
It doesn't have any impact. He was already there. I mean, you're not, this is for new coming forward. It's kind of like a grandfathering thing for something potentially coming in.
okay, I guess you just mentioned grain dust, which is something I brought up before, and apparently it's been discussed. Okay, in Cutler, we have a real problem with grain dust. Terrible problem with it. All the houses that are there were there before the grain bins were built right there next to them. So the farmer still has the right to put dust out all over everybody? I don't understand.
Do you expect the farmer to quit farming?
No, I would expect him to abate the dust somehow. I absolutely don't expect him to quit farming, nor do I expect him to quit using the bins, nor do I expect him to quit his whole operation there. The problem that I have is when he has created a situation there when on any day when we're in the fall here like that, you can write your name across any car in Cutler because dust is covered all over it. Every building is covered with it. I mean, it's a serious thing. There are people who aren't leaving their house because the air's too thick, too clouded. You can't hardly breathe around there. I know one guy that's got problems with asthma that really has a problem with this, and he was there and his house was there before the grain bins came in. So tell me how this works.
If I may.
Sure, tell me how this works.
Connie Neininger, again, I am contracted with the Kankakee Iroquois region to implement the ag strategy. And, just like they were stating that this doesn't change, a farmer does not have any more authority to stop anything, first of all. He cannot come in and say, you can't build there. This has nothing.
That's exactly what they tried out there.
Well,
Exactly.
I can't answer for that.
Says you can't build on those lots because it might bother my farming.
But that-
Huh?
that happened
It was too
without
close
this
to
even
build.
being in place.
Setback, they were
Okay.
So,
side
You have
setback,
to
side
go
to setback.
30 feet to the left and it was okay.
yeah, you have to adhere to your own current policies. This changes absolutely nothing in the permitting process of how they operate. They still have to abide by any item regulations if it's a feeding operation. They still have to abide by your setbacks, your building process. It changes absolutely nothing, whether it's a house, whether it's a farm, whether it's grain bins. They still have to abide by your permitting process. So you permitted those grain bins to be there, correct?
Yeah, I think so. I never looked it up to see if they have a permit.
Okay, well,
I know that I know that it's sitting on county property, the grain bins.
Well, this doesn't affect that whatsoever.
And I know that the guy wires and everything that they have for the elevator leg is right out in the road.
Is this an actual farm operation or is it an elevator?
It's an elevator that closed down.
Well, it was an elevator, but they,
Zoned on ag land or is it zoned industrial?
I don't know.
So
I don't
those are
know.
questions that, again, this policy that we're asking you to adopt does not affect any of your current processes, your current permitting. It basically helps alleviate nuisance lawsuits against agriculture. And those nuisance lawsuits, if correct, as Mike said, they do have a document when you apply for a building permit that says you understand you're building next to an ag-related area. But that does not affect existing houses. If there's an existing house and somebody buys that existing house and all of a sudden they don't like the confined feeding operation down the road, that's where this comes into play because of smell or because of trucks driving down the road or noise. That alleviates that nuisance suit. It doesn't mean it's going to stop them from filing a lawsuit. In fact, here, just a few years ago, the Indiana Supreme Court issued an order safeguarding the rights of Indiana farmers following the Office of the Attorney General's defense of the state's Right to Farm Act. There was a lawsuit against two farmers that basically said they didn't like the smell. But because it was just strictly nuisance, what smells bad to me may not smell as bad to you. As my father has always said, the smell of hogs is the smell of money. I better never complain about it. We got that too, as we were growing up. But it basically limits the scenarios in which an ag operation may be sued for nuisance. It doesn't flip it around the other way, that an ag operation now has other rights above and beyond. It does not change that whatsoever.
Okay, let me ask you about that. If I'm wanting to build a house and I have to sign a paper that says, I realize that's over there and I'm not gonna do anything about it, that's fine with me. I wanna live in this country. But I have the farmer wanting to build, say, grain bins he doesn't have to sign anything that says, I realize that there's a whole community of houses here right next to me, right?
But he has to go through your permitting process for your setbacks.
But so does the house have to go through the permitting process too. So where's the difference? I don't understand.
How many people will complain about a nuisance lawsuit on a house? And what might that be? Can you give me some examples?
How many people would complain about a nuisance on a single property in a village like that? Bunches.
About a
Bunches,
house?
yes,
A house?
yes.
And what type of lawsuits or?
Well, we haven't had any litigation, but I know that the health department here is just, there's a couple houses there that have got all kinds of complaints about them.
So they're not complying with
Right.
proper procedures. Again, it doesn't stop them from adhering to proper policies and procedures. Everything has to still comply with your procedures and processes. It doesn't change, this does not change any of that.
Then why do it?
Because like was said, it's awareness. How many people, whether they're buying an existing house, are going to look up an Indiana code on this?
Mm-hmm.
But by you having it in your local ordinance, it is more apt to be noticed. The realtors are gonna know about it. You know, the title companies are gonna know that this is an Indiana code, but it is also in the Carroll County zoning ordinances that state you support agriculture and you really do want to protect agriculture and its growth within the community here. It's basically awareness and transparency, that you are trying to make everyone aware that you support agriculture, and you want to be transparent that they understand not only your zoning ordinances, but also the state code.
Kim.
And I'm gonna chime in a little bit. I'm Sean Meek, Carroll County Ag Association President.
Sure, like to hear from you.
And we're very supportive of this.
Uh-huh.
On a personal level, I mean, I live up Washington Township, close to Lauren. We had goats, 4-H project for the kids. We had a neighbor move in and they weren't real happy with the goats. I mean, they were loud and stuff, but you know, we kind of worked through it, but it's just kind of helped some of that, you know, 4-H is good for the kids and it's a learning experience. You don't have, I mean, we didn't have a lot of land there, but we had enough to, you know, have 10, 12 goats. I mean, with livestock, I mean, they do make noise, but they weren't real happy across the street, but they kind of, I guess we kind of worked it out. But this, I think, would solve some of that. They would know going in that, hey, there is animals across there, so I feel like this would be a good thing for Carroll County to just put in our, it's just, in my mind, it's just another paper we're putting in this, what would you call it?
Closing packet.
Yes, there you go. So,
It's transparency and it's communication.
Let me ask you this, if I live in the country, I do live in the country, and if I bought a bunch of donkeys, and you talk about goats making noise.
yeah, they make a lot of noise.
What could my neighbors do about it?
As long as you comply with all of the rules, in other words, you know, there are Board of Animal Health rules, there are Department of Environmental Management as far as how many livestock of different breeds you can have on a certain acreage of land. As long as you are complying with all those rules, then, you know, they really have nothing, they cannot complain if you are zoned agriculture. They cannot complain about you doing agriculture as long as you comply with all the rules. Now, if you put those donkeys in there and you put more than, you know, and I can't think of how many it's allowed, I think it's 300 hogs or, you know, there's a certain number of hogs, cattle that are allowed on a certain amount of acreage. If you exceed that number, then that becomes an item issue and that becomes, you know, a permitting issue that you are not in compliance. And then if you're in compliance with all the rules, local and state, and they're just complaining because of the noise, then this protects you from being filed against, you know, for a lawsuit. They still may file, but they will come back and say, because of your codes, you know, they do not have ground to stand on.
lot of it's just a good neighbor.
Well, and you know what,
That'd be the
that's a
next
good
phase.
point. Communication has a lot to do with it. You know, just like in that case, you worked it out, you were able to communicate and talk. But if you're willing to talk with your neighbors, a lot of times you can work those things out. This is just a piece of paper communicating how Carroll County supports agriculture.
See, in my particular instance, I've had horses there, I've had draft horses there, I've had things that, but I never had a jackass there. Oh, yes, I did, didn't I? Till they started eating my apple trees, then I got rid of them. But,
Angie's like, yeah, we did.
you know, I would like to get some now, but I've never wanted to bother my neighbor with them because I know they're going to be braying away out there at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Again, communication, talking with your neighbors, let them know what you're thinking and they can let you know what they're thinking.
Thank you, all of you, for your
Thank you.
opinions.
Thank you for your consideration.
Ted, what do we do now? Do I just call for a vote on the ordinance?
Yes,
Well,
unless there's anything further.
yeah, we don't need a motion. We've already had the readings, correct? Okay.
Okay, and what is the ordinance number? I don't,
It's 2505.
okay. I would call for a vote then on ordinance number 15, and I already forgot it. 1525-05. All in favor of the ordinance, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, aye. Okay, the ordinance passed. 2 to 1, yep. The ordinance passed. What else do we need to do, Ted?
That's all on my list.
Well, I put the
Wait a minute.
Baker Tilly.
arbitration thing under him because I'm not an attorney. He has checked it out, told me that small, if I misspoke, small counties do not have in-house tax expertise, and they hire a company to help with that through like Baker Tilly. That's what this is. I don't care if you take this back.
Arbitrage is the interest that is earned on money that's for bond issues, and it's taxable under certain conditions. So you have to file reports with the federal government annually, and once a bond issue is going, you've got to hire somebody. Usually, you hire the financial advisor that did the bond issue. Every time, every project I've ever been involved in, they hired the financial advisor, so that's who this is. Baker Tilly.
Okay.
So what
They keep you
portion,
legal.
what portion of the bond issue is taxable on the county side?
Yeah, we earn interest on monies that's in the bank, and if you exceed a certain amount, it becomes taxable, but it's not, you know, we don't pay any taxes, but, the arbitrage laws were adopted to protect abuses, that we're not abusing anything, but we've got to still comply by filing the returns. You would have to have Baker Tilly come in and explain it in greater detail, but.
Okay. I was gonna say, but
They're probably talking about the jail bonds that we have. And
It's all about the
handled
jail
that
bond.
already.
right, right.
But I didn't know what to do, and so it was an engagement letter for services, so I gave it to Ted to look at, and he said it was okay.
Yes.
So,
Okay. I'm still unclear because the bonds, technically, that's money that the county has borrowed. Why would we have any money from the bonds in our bank? We didn't buy our own bonds, did we?
We're paying the bonds out of monies that we have.
Right.
Those monies are earning interest for the bond issue. they're earning money all the time, and it was, there were abuses, and they adopted, the federal government adopted, it was a windfall, they were getting a windfall, you know,
Okay.
on borrowing money and then getting interest on it, is what it amounts to.
We can't.
I
use
can't
it for
explain it any
other
better
things.
than that.
Okay, I'm still,
Somebody's gonna
Really-
have to file returns, or we'll have problems.
well, used to be that if you bought a bond in the state of Indiana, it was triple tax exempt from federal,
It still
state,
is.
and local.
Yeah.
So,
But they have to make sure that we're doing.
This isn't,
following
this
the law.
isn't the bonds themselves. This is the money that the government has that's there to pay the bonds, and we're earning interest on that. And they plan
Okay.
for that to be done. But the consequence of that is we also have to file tax returns that we're not paying taxes on it, that we're
Right.
in compliance with the Arbitrage Act, that we're not over-earning money.
That'd be nice if we could over-earn some.
Oh, well, we are. I mean, that was part of the financial plan, is that we do earn money on the, before we have to pay it out to the bondholders.
yeah,
So, but we have to comply with the federal law.
as long as we're in compliance, it's a moot point, but Baker Tilly is a company that ensures we're in compliance.
So what action do we have to take today?
I'm sure they're
You
not doing
need
it
to,
for free.
we need to engage a provider in Baker Tilly. It's a service, so you don't have to get multiple quotes or bids. Is to approve the master services agreement with Baker Tilly.
Does it have a cost on there, Ted? I didn't
Oh,
see it.
If you look at the back page,
Yeah, there's a schedule. It's in the Exhibit A.
$15,948. Lease rental revenue bonds.
Annually.
Yes, frequency annual.
Well, I will make a motion that we engage Baker Tilly, Baker Tilly's service for bond arbitration.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second that we engage Baker Tilly for bond arbitration.
Arbitrage.
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 Arbitrage services.
What does arbitrage mean?
Interest earned on borrowed money.
Ah, okay.
So are there two of these, or did you see?
I've got one. Do you need
I
one?
mean, two different ones? I don't know.
There's only, let's see, I think there's
It's the
only one
engagement
line.
letter.
I see.
We got two signature pages in here.
You do?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, I think so. There's one and there's one. All in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So now we gotta figure out what we have to sign, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there are two.
If you can-
It's actually one document. It's an appendix. There's an appendix, but both the appendix and the service agreement have signature lines, so sign both places. One's on page.
And I think it only requires one signature, doesn't it?
Yeah, page I have.
Three. Yes, you're right.
Just one?
Lines go.
Yeah.
It's page 6 and
Page 4.
page 4 of the second document.
4.
Page 6 of the first document and page 4 of the second document. There are two documents.
Okay.
But it's, the second document's, it's an appendix to it, so it's actually one document that requires 2 signatures.
All right. Okay, thanks.
It's interest earned on money borrowed for payment for bond issues. It's not, doesn't apply to any loan, it just applies to bond issues.
Okay. Next item, what else do we have?
He's done. Now we have Tony.
Ah,
Don't scare me, please. Good morning.
Good morning.
So I'm here to get permission to sign a contract. So several years ago, before I was sheriff, Tope Lesenby, along with kind of like the Sheriff's Association, engaged Lex and Poll for policies, for basically standard operating procedures for deputies. Those they're geared more towards big city. They don't gear them towards sheriff's offices. It's more of a police department and things along that line. So the Sheriff's Association has re-engaged with a different company to provide different policies for sheriff's offices. And I sent a contract. Ted has sent some corrections, which I've sent back to this company.
Don't expect them to agree to any of those, Tony.
Okay.
If they don't, this is kind of like the waste management contract. I mean, they cover their rear ends, okay? And this company is a law firm that owns this company, but it's good. It's good. Since they changed the law that requires every contract to be reviewed by the county attorney or city attorney, I look at them, you know. So there's a list of everything that I found. So if they don't agree with any of this, the board just needs to hold their nose and sign it. That's
Yeah,
my
I gave
opinion.
them a copy of this too, so, along with his information.
So
The only one that really, this doesn't get brought up very often because you really can't bind a future board. I mean, a future board can rescind, but if you sign a contract that goes beyond the term of the majority of the board, and this applies to cities too, you're not supposed to, it's not supposed to be done. So I don't know if they'll make this 36 months or not.
I've sent it back.
Yeah.
All your corrections or changes, I've sent it back to them.
So they may say we can't do it or don't want to do it. And we sign contracts all the time that have that. I'm sure our Thomson Reuters contract's full of this kind of stuff too. But like we would have, if we had a problem with the contract, we'd have to go to Minnesota, you know. Yeah. We'd have to file our suit in Minnesota and.
I don't want to go to Minnesota.
Hell, I don't either. And so, I just give you an example of what these boilerplate contracts that these companies have. They have a lot of things in them that are bad if you really have something go wrong. But if Tony says the company is good and other sheriff's departments are doing it, just ignore it, you know.
Write it down, held their nose and sign it.
Pardon me? Hold your nose and sign it, yeah.
I'm
But
joking.
I have sent it back to attempt to get the changes that Ted requested.
Yep.
I haven't heard back yet, so I guess I'm just here to see if you guys, when I find out whether or not they're gonna make those changes, to get permission to sign that contract.
It's fine with me. What do you guys think?
So does this require a tabling or?
No, I would actually entertain a motion to approve the contract with any of the changes that the company approves, you know.
Any of them?
Yeah, yeah,
And if they don't
if
approve
they
it,
don't,
that's good too.
go ahead, that's good too. Because you won't get these
It's-
companies to change their contracts.
It's really no different because Lexipol is the same thing. The company that we're currently with is the same thing. I don't remember where they're out of New York.
Yeah,
There's no policy companies in Indiana. We're not gonna get.
yeah. You're stuck with them, but it's kind of like, I want you to know that if something goes south on one of these, we really don't have any recourse, honestly. And that's the same way with waste management.
So they pretty much put together SOPs?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct, and they have the Sheriff's Association backing, and I'm not gonna stand here and tell you, I know all sheriffs are going to it, I don't know that, but, I would like to.
My suggestion would be that the board approve the contract with LETAC, is that how you pronounce it? With any of the changes that they approve, and authorize the chairman to sign the contract when he get it.
Chairman, or can I just sign it?
Yeah, you can authorize the sheriff to sign it.
I'll make a motion that we approve the contract with LETAC pending any potential changes to the contract as directed by our attorney, and authorize the sheriff to sign on the county's behalf.
I'll second.
And I'm not gonna repeat all that, I think I get it, but,
Actually, it's approved to sign with changes or without the changes?
Correct.
Okay.
all in favor of that motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passed.
Thank you.
Thank you. What we have here about memorandum of agreement,
Okay, this guy called Timothy Stroshine and I have been going back and forth. He asked me if I've gotten you to sign it yet. I said no, because he had taken that with him. If you remember, it's with the MPO. And he was going to get the signatures, because he didn't have any of the signatures of anybody else.
right,
And then he asked me if I would do it, and I said, you're in Tippecanoe County, you can get that, and Cameron, and it was supposed to be Flora and Camden. Well, then Cameron called and asked if you had signed it yet, and I said, no. I said, I don't have anything back from him. Well, this guy has finally said that the process is for us to sign it first, and then he gets all the information. Well, Cameron went ahead and signed it. I got Cameron's copy. I just want you to sign it so I can move it off my desk. And you've already approved it.
Yeah.
You've already approved it.
This is a guy that wanted all the back payment, and there was no back
Yes,
payment.
yes, he said that we'd had a contract with him since 2016. And I said, well, actually, we have one in 2017, but we never got billed for any of that. I came back in the office in 17, and that's when Sally,
Fahey?
hmm?
Fahey?
Fahey was on it. They used to meet here. And I told her, I said, we haven't received our bill from you for the last 2 years, it looks like to me. She goes, oh, we don't need your money, so don't worry about it. And so we still have, and we have it in our budget this year and next year. So still didn't get a bill this year because we're not signing contracts with them.
I wish more people would say that.
I do too.
yeah, that's what,
Anyway, so we've got the money for next year, and that's what this will be, and we're gonna start fresh. And Cameron and I talked to him and said, we wanna start now and move forward.
All right.
And Cameron is, for everybody out there, is the mayor of the city of Delphi.
So do we need a motion, Ted, to sign, or it's
No,
already
no,
been approved,
no.
right?
It's already been approved. You just need to sign it.
Just sign it.
how many of them we need for you?
I just We just need one
Oh.
because I'm. can just
Have you
send
already
it in.
signed?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Has that got Cameron's signature on the back? To Scott, does it have Cameron's? Just make sure that's the one.
Oh, well, does either one of yours have Cameron?
It's on the very back
Mine
page.
did.
Very back.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
one
it
does.
does, okay,
Okay.
all right.
Thank you. Just trying to make sure everything's in line. If you want me to keep continuing.
Autograph there, Lauren.
The only thing I have now is a date for the year-end claims. I haven't talked with the council, but I will on Thursday. I don't know whether they want to have one or not. We might have some transfers that need to be done. A lot of times they give me permission to go ahead and do those. But I don't want to do it on the day that we come back, on December 29th. If we could do it December 30th, and your time is always 9 o'clock, but if they want to meet, we might have to do it a little bit later. So what time would you guys be available on the 30th?
On the 30th. I can do it whenever anybody else wants to.
Yeah,
And actually, we'll just have the claims and then the one thing that he wanted me to put on there. Can't remember what it was, but it's.
Memorandum of understanding.
understanding.
Right.
What's good for you, Lauren?
It doesn't really matter, I don't think.
Doesn't matter.
I don't think it does. But
How about 9 o'clock on the 30th? And Beth already had that written down on here, didn't you?
Yep.
Just went to write it in and there it is. Okay, anything else?
You don't have to vote on that, right? Or do, I mean, since it's not on the regular yearly, you had me do something last
We
year.
just posted a notice in advance, you know,
Right.
48 hours.
You had an agreement or something written out.
We need a
It doesn't
motion.
matter. A motion would be just great.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll make a motion that we schedule our year-end meeting, December 30th at 9 o'clock.
I'll second.
Was the survey signed, they accepted the survey of 40th parallel?
Don't forget to vote real quick.
All in favor of the motion before us, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passed. Now, we gotta find if the survey is signed.
Vester, I'm sorry, 40th parallel.
40th parallel. I think that he was. No, here it is.
I don't have a signed copy.
I don't have it.
You need 3 copies?
Need two, sign two. One to send back.
Okay.
Theirs is already, they've already signed.
I don't know, maybe I don't know.
40th parallel survey, we have that?
Right here.
Okay,
Right here it is.
we have two of them here.
Page 3.
So, yeah.
Since there's no drainage meeting, do you want to discuss when you want to have your meetings?
No,
No?
I gotta get downstairs. We have stuff to do before the dinner. I mean, could that be on the 30th?
Sure, yep.
Okay, one needs that.
Well, they could do the election of officers then too. I think we do that at the year-end meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we need to include all this with it, or just the sign
Yeah,
page?
I had a paper clip somewhere.
Sure. About 1,000.
You
Yeah.
got to dig through here. One more one here.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yep. It works wonderful. Anything else come before the Board of Commissioners? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I was just asking, for the chamber's request of the 2025 edit. Ideally, I would like to present to the council before the end of the year, but
That
we
was
were
the
still waiting
county's
on your guys' approval, or
commissioners.
disapproval, from that
Yes, I
prior.
sent it
to-
I'll notify them.
Okay.
That they weren't
Bring it
accepted.
up.
Okay.
This is something left over because you weren't here, Warren.
I was aware of it.
You can, you need to mull it over some and all that, or if you wanna take care of it now, you can.
I have mixed emotions on it. Tell you the truth, so.
You'd like some what?
I have mixed emotions on it.
Oh,
I'm basically undecided, but I think there's room for some discussion on it yet.
Yeah, and something that we can make an amendment to the 2026 edit
You can.
at any time, so it can wait, I presume.
After the first year, you can.
Mhm.
the only thing is, you know, that they need to know where they're going and what they're doing. I mean, we don't wanna stretch it out any longer than we have to.
Depends on budget, what we can plan for next year, what
Right.
we can do, so, that's really just the biggest hurry that I have, but other than that, I can understand.
Do you want me to put it on the 30th?
Well, it'd be fine with me. What do you two wanna do? You wanna put it on the 30th?
Well, what's our options here?
Yes or no, I guess.
Well, I mean, we're gonna fund them the full amount or not? Is that the option?
Are we gonna what?
Are we gonna fund them to the request or not? Is that the option or?
Yeah, we could fund them to any level, I guess we want to, like, we could fund, they have a request. of a
I
certain amount.
understand that. I know what that is.
Okay,
Okay.
so guys, you wanna put it on the 30th?
That's fine with me.
That's fine with me.
Okay, please do, Beth.
It's getting last
On the
minute.
30th? Okay.
And question I have, I guess regarding that is, would I be able to present to the council maybe on the 30th, or?
They don't even have a date yet, so
Okay.
they might be doing it a completely different
Okay.
day. So I will let you know.
Okay, I appreciate it, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I entertain a motion.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Adjourned.
Adjoined.